Thank you, fellow members and guests. To start off, my name is Leon. The name Leon derived from the word lion. The word lion has been connected to the word courage. I never saw myself as a courageous person, but rather shy. I was born in Parkland Hospital on April 18th, 1982. I went to Bells Elementary School. And at Bells Elementary School, I was one day at the gymnasium. And at the gymnasium, I saw this motto. And that motto was, if it's to be, it's up to me. So I didn't understand what this meant, but later on in my adult life, I finally kind of understood it. I understood it as that I have to create myself, that I have to create my life. And so one way that I would create my life would be doing speaking engagements. Why? Because with speaking engagements, it's something that would get me out of my comfort zone. One thing that I will be challenged by with doing speaking engagements would be my speech impediment. And I'm surprised that I haven't studied yet doing this speech. In Bells Elementary School was the first time that I experienced that something was not right with the way that I speak. And so, I don't remember the exact details, but I was going to lunch, and before lunch I was in a line, and I compared myself with the way that others spoke. And I experienced others as having this fluent way of speaking, but me, I was stumbling over my words. So this was one thing that contributed to my shyness. So speaking of communication, the things that form communication are words, letters, gestures, and behavior. One thing I was good at was being able to spell words. And in the 5th grade, I won a spelling bee. And I got the opportunity to go to district. I lost in the district competition. But in the 6th grade, I went back to another spelling bee. And I lost over the word overseas. I spelled it Overseize instead of Overseas. So I kind of spelled it as it was heard, over and seas. And so in elementary school, I realized that I had a knack for detail and specificity. And so, but I didn't really pursue this point till my adulthood life. Because in elementary school, I wasn't really engaged in the way that I work, do things such as assignments and stuff like that. So there was a point of regret within that. So what I did was in college, I became detailed in my assignments. And I want to push myself to my utmost potential within doing my schoolwork. So that's what I did. And now I'm pushing myself further in my educational criteria. And also in my daily life, such as learning how to be more consistent with my work, learning how to get out of bed without delay, learning how to be more productive in my life. So that is breaking the veil of shyness. Those are some points that I'm using to break the veil of shyness and areas of weakness. And so along with stuttering in my adulthood, I developed tics like Tourette syndrome. So luckily they are not so intense. They're mild, but they can get intense. So I'm working with that also. So I realized that with this Tourette's, it is a point of fearing that someone else may judge me as a drug addict. But I know that's not the case because I don't do drugs. So with certain conditions and weaknesses and even certain behaviors and attitudes, they become a part of a person to such an extent that they are used as justifications. They become justifications to remain in the same position in life for years and in a lifetime. And because they were never challenged, it is never seen as something that has to be transcended. It's to rise above or go beyond one's limits, or at least introspective. So in my life, I learned what the motto, if it's to be, it's up to me, is. And that means that no one is going to hold my hand every second of my life. That's where I come in. If it's to be, it's up to me. Thank you.